Hi there. Today I'm going to talk to you about buying properties that have existing tenants in them, and also potentially buying an investment property that has existing tenants. There seems to be a misnomer out there in the world that you can give either 30 days or 60 days notice to a tenant and to vacate a property. That's actually not the case. In fact, you have to give 60 days written notice to any tenant to vacate the premises. And then there's a distinction between a tenant that is just a month-to-month tenant or a tenant that has a written lease. If a tenant has no written lease and is just living in a property on a month-to-month basis, then yes, the notice is 60 days, it has to be written, and it has to be given at the first of the month. If the tenant has a lease, then the 60 days has to coincide with the end of the term of the lease. And that's where a lot of people sometimes get into problems. If they're buying a property and they want to take over in 60 days and the lease runs for another 6 months, well, unfortunately, you can't get vacant possession if the tenant still wants to honor the lease and stay there for the balance of the lease. And this becomes critical, of course, when you're buying a property that you want to move into and you want to have vacant possession. In law, leases are termed to run with the land, meaning that if you buy a property that has an existing tenant that's on a lease, then you inherit the tenant and you inherit the lease and all the obligations in that document. Now here, we're going to segue into this great property on Brass Drive that Holly and I have listed. And actually this is a rental property that has both scenarios. One, it's side-by-side duplex where one side is empty, so certainly you could rent it as soon as you take possession, or you could move into it, but the other side does have an existing tenant. Now this tenant certainly is on a month-to-month basis, so if you want to occupy that side, then you would just have to give the 60 days notice to move in. It's a great property. The one side has 4 bedrooms, hardwood floors, 2 full bathrooms. The tenant-occupied side is a 2-bedroom with a fully finished basement. Brass Drive is just north of the city, out Sydenham Road. Tremendous lot. This property has so much potential for both investment or owner-occupied alike, and we encourage you to check it out.